I'm gonna have a rough time.
Really big picture, we have a project that's called the Legacy Project. And that's designed to work with children of fallen special operations service members. We basically come in at a point wherever they are in life and help them move forward. And they come out here with mentors who were teammates of their dads. And we really do three things. One, we help preserve the legacy of the fallen through connections and experiences shared with one another. And two, we help these kids better connect back into the community that their dad served in. So those mentorships are critical to help the kids stay connected. But lastly, I think, which is the most important goal of the crossing, is to help these kids better understand that they can live outside of the shadow of being a Gold Star kid.
The crossing is an opportunity for really young kids to change their identity from being a Gold Star kid to just a kid. It's a way that I saw that instead of, my dad was a service member who died, to I'm a kid who has my dad in me.
This is my brother Joseph's first time coming out for the crossing for the 12-day period. So I'm excited to show him all the survival skills and for him to do the mission. It's gonna be a lot of fun watching him go through it.
John was prepared. He took everything, every job, every moment, and prepared 100% for everything he did.
I'm here to honor John W. Gifford. He was a MARSOC Raider and Force Reconnaissance Marine. He has 5 children. He has William, Thomas, Joseph, Jonathan, and Patrick. I was stationed and was in many platoons with him over the years, went deployed to multiple combat zones with him over the years, and basically we were pretty close to best friends. I find this to be a complete privilege, and I was thrilled when his mother asked if I could do this for Joseph, who's my Gold Star kid of the Gifford boys. I believe that this community and all the SOF communities, we owe this to them, to give them a little piece of our time because they gave everything. From day one in SOF, we're brothers till the end and past the end. And I just find it to be a responsibility that I'm honored to do. And if the tables were turned, I believe John would be here for my kids. Honor hikes are when a Gold Star child, each child will have their own honor hike, and it's dedicated to their father. And we go to the very front of the camp and we pick out a rock. And that rock is supposed to just represent some weight. And it doesn't have to be a big rock, doesn't have to be a small rock. I told my Gold Star kid, pick out a rock that best represented your dad. And we start on a hike, and everybody participates, and everybody's carrying some weight, and we just quietly move our way up to the peak, and then we put the rock on the pile and say a few words about their dad. They can say a few words if they want, and then we come back down without the rock.
The walk is done in silence, so no one talks. You carry a big rock, and symbolically it's an opportunity to leave that pain or that struggle that we all carry, and it gives the kids an example of, hey, it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel, because the moment you stop feeling, that's when it gets dangerous.
I can't go talk to someone about this, what I'm feeling like at home, at school, or anything. And so this is a place where everyone understands, everyone connects, and we all help each other like transition into just like acceptance. I didn't really know my dad as well as other kids because I lost him at 5, and so it's like, I don't know who this person is, but I hear all these great stories about him, and I know that's what's inside of me, so I can't wait to discover that portion of me, and I'm ready to take on that challenge.
They also participate in a 3-day mission that puts to test or puts to practice the things that they've learned. and to really kind of push them outside of their comfort zone. You're no longer in Montana. You're no longer at a camp. No longer just a bunch of kids wandering around playing kickball or Zen angles or whatever. I got a brief on the way in. I don't even know what that means. You are now highly trained, steely-eyed, soon-to-be salty dogs that are in the right place. Really trying to teach them about perseverance and thriving in adversity. So instead of just surviving, it's how do you thrive in really bad situations. And they get to do that and walk alongside one of their dad's teammates, encouraging them, supporting them, but also challenging them. So this was on the objective. Notice the popped collar, the baseball cap, the sunglasses. I'm not gonna say what unit they came from, but it rhymes with SEAL, okay?
Gold Star kids come out and they share time with us. We tell stories, good and bad. It doesn't always have to be about the father because some people don't like to talk about that. We have a big mission at the end of the camp and it's around 3 days long. There's a bag that they have to get in, so they have to do a couple survival scenarios and go on a big hike.
Exfil happened, and boom, what happens? Lost the bag. Pretty, I don't even have words. I'm speechless at this point. But this is the bag. So this is one of the high value targets that they pulled out of Gardner.
Nice.
Okay? This is his cousin. Now, what we believe is that they've got big families that run through this area.
What about team throw? So since each of us are tiny person.
We're on the trail. Should be a good hike. We're, if I had to guess, 8,600 feet. We still got a few more miles to go, and I'm feeling good. Our team's doing well. I mean, there's a few people. We need to drink water. Definitely our biggest flaw right now. But I have confidence in our abilities. So.
You go. This free, yes. Good then walk over. Walk over.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Well done. Ow, ow, ow. Kevin? Yeah. Look at Kevin over here. That's not how Kevin is. You can make this go in.
You can be good at things, but you can't just throw it out there. Do you have that water pump? Yeah.
They brought it here somewhere.
I think most mentors show up here thinking that they're helping the kids, right? That's the hook. And we don't advertise that, but hey, this is one of my teammates' kids. It's my responsibility. And unless I'm deployed, I'm gonna show up. And they look at it as a mission, you know, that they're that committed. I think over time what they realize is that this heals them as much as it heals the kids. And I would argue it almost heals them more. And it's hard to put into words. But the kids grow. They're the ones who the programs are designed for. They're the ones who ultimately maybe benefit the most directly. But when a mentor goes home to his family, it's changed them. I think sometimes they can let a little of that baggage go and they can recognize that what they have is a gift. Coming home When your teammate's killed is really hard. Sometimes you don't think you should be alive. It can be really painful. You're guilty, you're ashamed that you're still here and they're not. And so there's a natural tendency to separate and distance yourself from that. To turn that messaging around and say, no, we lost a great man, and that's terrible, but you're here and you still have a mission. And part of that mission is to honor and memorialize our fallen. And the best way to do that is living a good life. And they start that formally when they mentor these kids. To bring them back together, I think it provides hope. And sometimes hope is what you need to get out of a dark place. That there's actually something beyond the pain that's positive. And so when they get to experience that, they get to see these kids happy, they get to see them challenge themselves, they get to see the confidence that grows just in 2 weeks here. I think they return home feeling like they've done good by their teammates, and that it's okay to be happy in life, that it's okay to have joy. The loss of someone isn't the end, and that we can turn a really terrible situation into something good. It's hard to tell a guy who is usually on the giving end of aid or help to say like, hey man, like you're gonna get more out of this than you realize. Trust me, and trust the people that have been here before to let you know that it's this process of going through this journey or the crossing. I mean, the crossing was literally named after the idea that you're crossing over a threshold that most people don't cross. For these kids, most kids don't have to go through this. And most places won't push kids like we do to really reach for their very best. And to not focus on the darkness of trauma, but how we can grow from it. Same thing with the adults and the mentors. We're gonna ask you to cross a threshold that can be incredibly uncomfortable. Facing loss and doing it with the people that were impacted the most. And you're gonna help carry that torch. Without the mentors, it'd be just another camp that the kids go to.